All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, I have said numerous times on this channel that anyone who followed the 2023 presidential election well would clearly see that Peter Obi won that election. So, how come the few members of APC were able to manipulate the entire process without fear? Well, the answer is simple. They managed to sell the ethnic and religious argument to some members of the masses. And once they divided the masses, they went ahead and negotiated with INEC and the judiciary. But till this very moment, I still can't understand how a normal human being would even attend an APC rally, let alone cast a vote for them on the basis of ethnicity and Muslim ticket. And as fate would have it, the regions that put tribe and religion ahead of competence and integrity are the ones feeling the heat of this disastrous administration the most. As a matter of fact, fate has now gone to the point of finding out individuals for the ugly roles they played in saying that this disaster of an administration fell upon Nigeria. As a matter of fact, one of the Southwest states where the chiefs carried out the highest rigging for APC is under siege by terrorists as we speak. And the women of the states who were deceived to vote for APC because of ethnicity have now come out to cry out in regret. They are regretting bitterly. And while expressing their regrets, they said even the monarchs who encouraged them to vote APC because of ethnicity has been killed by Fulani headsmen. They said, what is now the fate of the common man? Before I show you how they said it and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video of how Tinubu and APC are trading Nigeria's crude oil for loans that are far less than the value of the crude oil that they are giving out. And when I saw this video, I was shocked to my bones. I couldn't believe my ears. See the video.
Sambo, the answers provided does not make any rational sense to any honest, sincere investment banking executive or even a normal person that reasons rationally. What are we talking about here? Nigeria wanted to borrow $3 billion from Afrexim to shore up our reserves to help protect the Naira from the downward spiral that has been going over the last 6 months. And then somebody is telling us that they are going to secure it with 167 million barrels of crude oil, valued at today's market price at $12 billion. Somebody need to make that make sense to me. Are the crude oil going to be given? Is it a collateral that will be returned back to Nigeria? Or are we exchanging $12 billion worth of crude oil in today's market value for $3 billion at 12% interest rate? It does not make sense. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Nigeria is not one special purpose vehicle that was incorporated somewhere in Somalia or Yemen. 12% interest rate to a sovereign nation like Nigeria as interest rate. And of course, there are even hush-hush sounds that fees in excess of over $100 million were paid. That one had not been clarified. It does not make sense. Nigeria, as of today, has capacity to borrow $3 billion without the kind of convoluted structure that they put in place.
You heard him. Now, what this man was trying to say there was that they borrowed this 3.3 billion naira as if it wasn't a nation trying to get that loan. They did it as if they were just mere individuals coming together to get the loan. So they accepted some terms that were supposed to be unacceptable because they were so eager to get that money. What does that tell you? It tells you what they want to do with this money. It is not for the people. It is for themselves. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by Caro says, I said it the other day that the $3.3 billion loan is one of the most silly ones taken in the country's history. Doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you. And this tweet here says, imagine who are the managers of Nigeria. And Adekunle responded, they won't allow creative mind to work with them because it will hinder them from stealing. And this tweet here says, you may not like it, But most of the people that come to TV and make sense about bettering Nigeria economy are from the south, especially the southeast. You may not like it, but this is the truth. This is what I have observed too. And this tweet by Oluwaseun says, Nigeria is on a long ride. How can any right-thinking person borrow $3 billion to pay back $12 billion? How? No legal entrepreneur will accept the deal because it will cripple the business. Like I always say, running a country is different from running a company. And this tweet by Tribal Chief says, Peter Obi said these things repeatedly, but they said Emilokon is far experienced. Oh yeah, debate. The old man went missing. One zombie with verified blue tick was telling me yesterday that even if a cup of rice gets to 100,000, he will pay. Now, this is what some tribal and ethnic bigots are hiding under. That no matter how bad it gets, they will be able to solve themselves out. But I tell you, the consequences of bad leadership will fish you out, you bigots. No matter how much you have and no matter where you run to, the consequences of bad leadership will fish you out. And this takes us to the next update, where the consequences of bad leadership fished a monarch, a king, out in faraway EKITI state. And the crying women had this to say. Look at how the papers reported it. Slain EKITI monarch asked us to vote APC. Woman tells visiting governor Oyebanji. One of the EKITI monarchs killed by gunmen campaigned vigorously for the election of Tinubu. Members of the community recounted to visiting state officials led by Governor Biodun Oyebanji on Tuesday. Mr. Oyebanji visited S.WEST and Imojo Ekiti, following the murder of two traditional rulers, Onimojo of Imojo Ekiti in Oye local government area and Elesun of Esun Ekiti in Ajoni Ikole local government area. The traditional rulers were killed by gunmen suspected to be herders while returning from a meeting. During the meeting in Esun, the governor's team was told by a community representative that the late traditional ruler canvassed votes for the community for the All Progressive Congress. It was here, a woman said, referring to the King's Court, where he told us to thumbprint for APC. If they have started killing kings, what is left of our own fate? The Bororos are not giving us peace here. They are killing our people anyhow, she added. The deaths of the two traditional rulers are reminders of the escalating insecurity, not only in Ekiti State, but also across other regions in the country. The rising cases of banditry, killings and kidnappings continue to show that several communities are besieged by fear and uncertainty. As the affected communities reel from the loss of their monarchs, another incident happened just about hours later. Bandits attacked a school bus in Emure Ekiti and abducted school children along with a teacher and the bus driver. Oh, bandits all over the southwest. They have besieged Ekiti State and the people now live in fear. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by Ben Rula says, I keep repeating that no one is immune to bad leadership and poor governance. The primary responsibility of any responsible government is security of lives and properties of its citizens. That is it. And this tweet says, Chai, see what APC brought to him in return. He's talking about the slain monarch. And this tweet by Dr. Abdul Mui says, when Tinubu said he will continue from where Buhari stopped, y'all thought he was capping. That is it. And this tweet by Renewed Violence says, so why were they crying for the unfortunate monarch? He requested for evil and got it. Yet people are busy wasting their tears. Pathetic. These guys would have collected money from APC people, like all these Tinubu Fashola them. The chiefs will go to them, collect money, or they will come to the chiefs and give them money. Then the chief will begin to deceive their people. APC near the Bofun, thumbprint for APC. What has APC done for these people other than to complicate their lives with poverty? But as an old man, you still come out and canvass votes for them. And look at this tweet by Igwe. It says, election has consequences. That is it. You don't know the deal that your APC man has gone to strike with the Hausa Fulanis. And that is why these people are operating freely in the southwest undeterred. And look at this happening right now in Ogbomosho. 2 kidnappers were caught by the youths of Ogbomosho after killing their victims. And of course, there are Fulani men, Fulani youths everywhere in the southwest. See the video. You've seen that. And the men in the video were actually saying the people of Ogbomosho, Yoruba land, don't sleep. These are Fulanis and Bororos terrorizing the entire Yoruba land. And they said we don't want Fulanis in our land anymore. It is now clear to the Yorubas that the agreement they think they have with the Fulanis to dominate other ethnic groups in this country is actually for the politicians to enjoy. The common man is suffering from this wicked agreement. This wicked agreement that gave birth to the evil association called the APC. And as I keep saying, Nigeria will not rid themselves of these numerous problems until they are able to kick out the APC. The freedom that we so desire will not come until we unite as common men. Unite, put aside all our differences and kick out the APC. Only then will this freedom be ours. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news where una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go.